Hello and welcome to LNP's The Huddle. I'm Tim Gross, joined by Schweigert and Laura Thompson. Some great matchups this week in high school football. We're here to talk about three of them. The big one between Hempfield and Wilson. We've also got Garden Spot and Cocalico, and Elko and Donegal. We'll start with the Section 3 matchup, Elko and Donegal. Seems like they've gotten on track a little bit. They're both 2-0 in the section. Keith, who do you like in that one?
Well, yeah, like you said, both teams seem to be riding a pretty good wave of momentum here. I think they're pretty evenly matched, which makes this one a really tough one to pick. I was wavering on it quite a bit because Elko, they've won 2 in a row now, and they look like they're getting a little bit better every week. And everybody kind of thought they were a lot better than their record indicated in those first 3 games anyway. So I'm kind of tempted to go with them. But I think Donegal has a little bit better of a defense, and that's what tips the scales for me. I'm going to go with Donegal.
Well, I think this game boils down to style. You figure Donegal is an earth sign, and Elko is of the air. But on the ground, Donegal, I think they're averaging just a skosh more than or a skosh less than 300 yards a game, and they're running the wing tee with Austin Daimler leading the way, and they have a few other options to run the ball, and I think that's going to be a key thing for this week, given that the weather is going to be as it was last week, that it's going to be rainy and stormy, and they're going to have to kind of keep the ball on the ground. And Elko likes the air, as I said. You know, they've got Jeff Martin. He's throwing to a trio of great receivers, and they're going to be a little bit impacted by the weather, I think. So I think I am going to go with Donegal as well.
I'm going to go against you guys and go with Elko. Both these teams ran into Palmyra in the non-league schedule. Elko put up 22 points in a 30-22 loss. Donegal got shut out. They couldn't get anything going against Palmyra. I think based on the common opponent, I think Elko is going to take this one. Next up, we've got Garden Spot and Cocalico. That's a short week for the Eagles, who lost to Lampeter Strasburg on Monday. Keith, do you think that's going to affect them, or can they handle Donegal or Garden Spot?
The short week will be a factor, certainly, just in terms of recuperation, but I don't know that anybody was really too banged up beyond like normal football banged up coming out of that game. And I just like Cocalico here. I think momentum plays a big part over the course of the season. Cocalico is certainly playing better football right now. Garden Spot, they started off really hot, and they've really gone into a funk over the last couple of weeks, and they're really struggling defensively. And you don't want to be struggling defensively going up against Cocalico. They run that veer to perfection. The really tough team to stop. I like the Eagles here. I think they're going to win.
I have to agree with you, Keith. I think Garden Spot's had a little bit more trouble with turnovers all season long. I think they've had they're averaging about 2 of them a game, and they had 3 fumbles last week. They lost 2 of them and threw an interception, and that really cost them. And you just can't keep that up. And I agree with you that I think Cocalico is going to be the team.
I agree with you guys. I think the short week actually plays in Cocalico's favor. After tough loss at Lampeter Strasburg, you want to get right back out there on the field, and I think they've got some energy that they're going to use to their advantage against Garden Spot. And finally, we got the big Section 1 showdown between Wilson and Hempfield. Wilson going for the LL League record in consecutive wins in the section. Hempfield's 5-0. Big heavyweight matchup. Who do you like in that one, Keith?
Well, if anybody who follows me on Twitter knows, it came down to a coin toss for me, literally. I think these teams are that evenly matched. I think if there's a season where somebody's going to get Wilson, it's this season. I think it's either going to be Hempfield or Township that does it. I flipped the coin. It came up tails, and it's going Hempfield. That's all I can say. I'm taking Hempfield for reasons beyond the coin flip. I just think they have one of the best offenses in the league. I think it's built to take on a defense like Wilson's. They can be patient, they can move the ball on the ground, and that's what Wilson's going to force them to do. I don't think Hempfield's a huge big play offense anyway. I think they do like to kind of drive the ball a little bit. And they're at home. So even though I know Wilson is built to win games exactly like this, and I know I'm sitting next to a Wilson alum who is staring daggers at me right now, but it came up tails. I'm going Hempfield.
Well, maybe not daggers, but let the Twitter firestorm begin. But that's all I will say on that. Other than the fact that yes, I am picking Wilson this week, and because I am contractually obligated to do so as an alum. But you've got to like Wilson's next man up mentality. I mean, they're there's no question that the injury bug has really bitten them lately. Shane Dantzler is on the sideline. Jay Klein, their quarterback, is hurt. But with Wilson, Doug Doms and his staff, all they have to do really is just drop another set of plays, and the next unit goes in, and they succeed just as well. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. Plus, as you said, Wilson's defense is Wilson's defense. You know, they've got a Schweigert playing again this year, and Wilson's defense always plays very well when a Schweigert is in. I think Ike is third generation, so you know that says something about the history of the program and its success. So I am sticking with the mighty Wilson Bulldogs.
I'm actually going to go with Hempfield for this one. I think Hempfield, like Keith said, their offense is just geared toward, just get it in there, wear the defense down. I don't think Wilson is incapable of stopping it and making a good showing at Hempfield, but I just think that Hempfield, like Keith said earlier, momentum plays a big part of it. Hempfield's got the momentum. They're 5-0. They're at home. It's going to be a great game, but I think Hempfield just has a little bit of an advantage as they go into this one. So check out our Facebook and Twitter. Let us know what you think of our picks. I'm sure some Wilson fans are obviously unhappy, but no matter what happens, the games are going to be great this weekend. Check out all the coverage on Lancaster Online on Friday, and thanks for tuning in.